They said recording is about to start, so I think that's what it means. There we go. You're recording. Everyone knows they're being recorded. All right, cool. Hello, everybody. I'm Hernan. I am the founder and chief volunteer for Apprentice Worldwide. And I'm a volunteer because I haven't made money yet. Eventually, I'll make money. Been 9 years. Yeah, we'll see. That's not the point of Apprentice Worldwide. We are a career development network that started in Miami, and now we're in 59 locations based on my latest statistics. And what do we do here? We network and we learn and network. And we've been doing that for a while, right, Nancy? Just a little bit. And we hook up people with opportunities, and we do it because we're nice, right? And I find people, nice people from around the world, and we hook them up with other nice people, and they, all of a sudden, they become more successful together, right? So, because my back hurts, I'm gonna pass it on to the people around the room. They'll introduce themselves, and then I'll introduce our main speaker, who's trying to hook his computer up.
No, it's already, we're ready.
He's ready, but we'll do some quick introductions. Ready? All right, and the people in the online will introduce themselves as well. Everybody wants to get to know you. Okay, ready? Hold on. Here we go. Not because she's next to me, but because she's one of the first people in Apprentice, believe it or not. Nancy.
Wait, I'm not there yet. Hi guys, Nancy Arroyo. I've known her not according to Facebook last week 11 years.
Oh wow.
And feels like I've been with Apprentice just as long. I currently work for a EV infrastructure company as an operations manager, actually senior as of a couple weeks ago. And that's it. Happy to learn a little more about everything that can be learned in Apprentice.
By the way, so we're talking about taking your career and managing it in your own terms, right, Gonzalo?
Exactly.
And Nancy has a few stories, lots of stories about how ups and downs.
Yeah, Miami's not the easiest market to be an employee.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take it into your hands and become the employer.
Yeah. We have some horror stories. We normally do horror stories in October, but she might share that as well.
Okay. Some people in this room have great horror stories. I shared a couple and not one, actually. That's how I met Libby.
So, talking about horror stories, this guy is not a horror. He's a beautiful man right here. Clary.
That's how my mom also describes me. Hi, Levy Bayo. I've been with Apprentice for a long time. Me and Hernan met. We both were brothers of Alpha Kappa Psi. Hernan a couple of years earlier than me. So I met him through there, and then Hernan started Apprentice and I joined. I currently work at Citibank. I am on the product team there for commercial banking. So, yeah. Nice to meet everyone.
And by the way, Clevy is also a success story of Gonzalo's methodology. Crazy methodology? Innovative methodology? So we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right. The brother.
All right.
The better looking guy.
Thank you. You're too nice. So my name is Diego. Thank you for the invitation. It's great to be here. I'm Gonzalo's number one fan. I've always been here to support. What he's doing is pretty amazing. He left a corporate job making great money in London. He decided to quit all of that to help people achieve their professional dreams. So that shows you what he's made of. So very proud of him. I'm proud to be here. A little bit about myself. I live in South Florida, and I have two passions in life. Professionally, I love real estate, so I have my own consulting company that I started 5 to 6 years ago, and I help investors and developers just bring the projects from point A to point B around the world. And then my personal passion is wellness. I believe in balance in life. It's not always about work. So what I do besides work is I'm a certified personal trainer, and I help people achieve their fitness goals so they can live better and healthier lives. Again, happy to be here, and happy to be a part of very vast and diverse and intelligent group.
Can you do a blended?
Say that again?
Can you do a blended? You do the coaching, you do the wellness?
By the way, I love how he said intelligent, but they say that you're the average of the people you hang out with. So I definitely have a few more intelligent than I am, and we'll prove it tonight. Arthur.
Hello, everyone. My name is Arthur. Originally, I'm from Russia. I came here to study at Florida International University. In the data field, data analytics, data science, and I know Apprentice for 1 year in Hernan. I met Gonzalo about 6 months ago, and from the moment I met them, it was great. Like, I landed 2 internships, and I'm starting my third one in just 1 year. So, like, before that, I was looking, never found anything. And with these guys, it was like this. So easy, guys. So, yeah, thank you, and nice to meet you all.
Thank you. All right. You guys can hear, no? Lorena, Carolina, you guys can hear us, no?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yes.
See?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yes, sir.
Hey everyone, my name is Soham Palikar. I'm from India, and I work at a local company called AirSale. We are an alternative OEM manufacturing company, and I'm a structures engineer. And I did my bachelor's and master's at Embry-Riddle, majoring in aerospace engineering. I met Gonzalo through that same connection. He was taking a seminar at Embry-Riddle, and that's how I got to meet him. And then I got to talk to him again after I graduated. And yeah, like this is.
Tell him what we did, man. Don't be shy. He was a bit skeptical at first.
Yeah.
He gave me some pushback. He gave me some bullshit. Let's just make it straightforward. And I said, I'm not taking any of this crap.
Yeah.
You're deciding for bigger and better things, and
Yeah.
you tell him what we did.
Yeah. Well. There was a lot of changes within me to start with, like mentally, to prepare myself from becoming a student to a professional, which was a major leap, and all it takes is one day after that, and then it just I landed 2 offers in a weekend or something.
Right, I remember. It was a
Yeah,
Friday.
it was a Friday, and then.
And then he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna accept it.
Yeah.
I was like, you better accept that thing right now.
But yeah, I waited for the second offer with
And then that was Monday.
Yeah, that was Monday. Yeah.
$25,000 later.
You have to mute yours. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, since then it's been one hell of a journey at AirSale. I'm living my passion to work on airplanes on a daily basis. And yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
It all started with his grandfather.
Yeah, my grandfather used to be an AME aircraft maintenance engineer in Air India, and now I'm the one who's carrying forward his legacy.
Oh, wow.
So there was a
Nice.
before and after. We're gonna start the presentation soon after we go through everybody, but there wasn't a before and after. In this particular case, the Soham pre-grandfather and the Soham post-grandfather. Everybody is like really focused on resumes, LinkedIn, networking, all that stuff. But the moment we had a couple turning points, which were like 3 to 5 turning points in his journey, and everything exploded. We're actually gonna tap on your case. It's very interesting. And you actually got, what did you get apart from like a great opportunity?
Apart from
That's what it be.
oh yeah, the visa.
A visa. Not MasterCard, a Visa. Excellent. Eminem, the Miami Mexican.
I'll keep it quick. Hi everyone, my name is Hurtado, originally born in Mexico City. Moved here when I was young with my family. Attended Boston College, played soccer there. recently graduated 2 years ago. Accepted a job over there in Boston at Universe Corporation, a manufacturing company. A couple months ago, I decided to leave the company. My professional and personal goals weren't aligning. Moved here to Miami, and actually, coincidentally, my dad met Gonzalo on a plane on a flight from Mexico to Miami, and that's how I made a connection. And here we are. Nice to meet you all.
There's a theme of planes apparently here.
Oh, yeah, so aeronautics.
The guy with the best accent in this place.
Hey, my name is Pichon. I know Gonzalo from LinkedIn actually. I'm originally from France. I'm based in Miami, working in the insurance sector industry. And I follow maybe a third of the program because I ended the job like faster than I expected, you know.
He's a record holder, 9 days.
But I'm still willing to finalize the program when I would move for a new position. You know, but
Excellent.
So the leader
Hold on.
here is
Oh.
one of the top, sorry, and then he's one of the top potential guys because he's kind of like me in terms of hyperactivity. So
this is just potential.
yes.
Well, he believes in you. That's good. By the way, the hostess of this place and a longtime apprentice member, Nalisa. Why don't you come a little closer?
I'm the one that steps over. Let me sneakily do it before I have to bring myself to. No, it's that way.
Nalisa's coming. She's not shy, by the way.
Weird. Am I standing up?
You're there.
Oh, okay.
Sí, sorry.
All right. So I'm Nalisa. Everybody knows me as Nally. And I'm the program director of Eco Planet Earth, which is a nonprofit that specifically focuses on getting students into STEAM careers. So we add the arts in there, not just STEM. And I met Hernan in international banking with a long time ago. And in September of 2021, he came back into my life and started working with Apprentice and all of the different nonprofit organizations and students across the board. And he introduced me to Gonzalo because it was like a time where the global economy was really changing. And I was like looking for careers, and I realized, wow, you really need support in this, you know, how to transition and get a motivator in your life. And that's exactly what he is. He's very much a motivator. So we had a couple of sessions, and it was very inspiring to not only like see how, like the methodology of how he goes about his process, but just to see that he like left the corporate world entirely to do this and to teach other people how to become entrepreneurs is very inspiring, because nobody does that because money is usually the reason, right? So everyone wants to make a bunch of money. Motivational coaching is not it's not like the number one most profitable industry. It's about the person. And so I'm really happy to be here to finally meet you, because it was in a foreign country to learn with you all. So thank you for being here.
All right.
And thank you for hosting us, Nalisa. Okay, we have a few people online as well. Let's go real quick. Just tell us your name, where you are calling from, and a couple of things about you. Okay, so we'll stop you in 2 minutes. Ready? Let's start with Lorena, who's on the screen.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Lorena. I'm from Brazil. I'm studying international business in Florida International University in Miami. I am really excited to meet everybody and to make good friends and to learn a lot.
Excellent. Welcome. She also is an avid lover of airlines. Yes, Carolina.
Hello, everybody. So my name is Carolina Vento, and I'm also a student here in Florida International University. I'm studying international business as well and getting a certification in international logistics. Currently, I work for a tech company called VO Tech in Wynwood, and I'm their office assistant, hopefully soon to be their office manager. So I'm very excited for that future role. And I'm very excited to be a part of this amazing opportunity and just being able to get more of that entrepreneurial knowledge. And I'm very glad that I met Hernan through Alpha Kappa Psi.
Carolina,
Mhm.
Alpha Kappa Psi.
can I give you some like a quick tip from an Alpha Kappa Psi brother?
Wait,
You
what?
and I? Just a quick tip.
Okay.
From this moment onwards, you're not gonna hope you get that new position. You're gonna make it happen.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Our NLP, neuro linguistic programming, actually creates the reality we have around us. So we start, if we go and hope, then we leave that opportunity in the hands of the universe, other people,
Right.
things. Okay. So at this point, we're not gonna hope. We're gonna create it, and we have enough alumni of apprentice, AKSI, and our programs that will. By the way, look at all these names, guys. Take a list, take a piece of paper, and start adding people so you have them all on your LinkedIn by the end of this meeting.
Yeah, share your LinkedIn on the chat if you guys are there. That'd
Okay.
be very nice.
You guys have a little name at the bottom left. Everybody has introduced themselves. So if you were actually paying attention, that you're connecting. A lot of people in this room that I know and some others that I don't know so much have done incredible things. I know what my brother has done. He supported me. He's done insane things. My brother is the most approachable person if you do it the right way. If not, good luck. Good luck. His arm is the size of a tree. But everybody here has an incredible story, and it's for you to discover. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Sebastián. Yes.
Sebastián Linares.
Hey everyone, thank you Hernan for having me here. It's nice to meet everybody. I'm Sebastián in Spanish. I'm currently a student at Virginia Tech. I study entrepreneurship, innovation, and technology. I'm currently building a startup that is currently sponsored. It's sponsored and backed fully by the Virginia Tech Incubator and the Computer Science Department, called BLAST, that stands for Business Loan Automation Servicing Tool. That the startup's aim is to automate the loan origination process in order for businesses to get loans quicker and to make assessments quicker and unbiased with a natural language processing and machine learning.
Great. Excellent. Colombia. Viva Colombia.
Colombia.
Okay. Who else? Anybody else want to introduce themselves?
Yes. So, hello everyone.
Wait a minute. Video? No video?
I can't turn on my camera because I'm not on my office right now.
Ah, okay. So next, anybody? No, go ahead.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Ana Maria Alvarez Cagua. I'm a computer engineering student here in Puerto Rico. I'm currently working on 4 different projects, and I'm very active on everything I do. Just so I'm very thankful for this opportunity so I can meet a lot of people. I think networking is the thing that got me into all of these projects. So I think it is quite very important to know all the people around us. But yeah, I'm super thankful for this opportunity, and I'm open to help anyone I can right here. So just let me know.
Excellent. Viva Puerto Rico. Okay.
Yeah.
So a couple of people from Vietnam in Miami. And there she is. You thought I wasn't going to call on you, huh?
I'm in the parking
Eyes
lot
on the
now.
road, please.
Keep your eyes on the road, but just say hi.
But hi, everyone.
So Anna is part of our program as well. We'll talk a little bit about that in 2 minutes. Okay, anybody else? Garrett, you still there? Jessica from Austin.
I'm here. I'm driving.
She's driving. You're driving too? No worries. Okay. Anybody else? Garrett. Going once.
I can introduce myself. I just can't do the video yet.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
So based in Austin, and my background is HR in tech recruiting. But I really like entrepreneurship and working with startups, and I'm excited to be here.
No, I know. Thank you, Jessica. She's been part of this crazy experiment of Apprentice for a little bit as well. Guys, so obviously Gonzalo, you see him on the other side, but I'm going to introduce him. And this is important. One of the things that I want to share with you is, number one, the people on the call, we have a few people that are part of our global internship program. And the global internship program for Apprentice Worldwide started 4 years ago to support people that couldn't get an internship and that wanted something even better. So these people are going to be assigned to executives and work like consultants in different areas. And they're going to be part of master classes. This is the first master class. I don't know if you noticed, but today is the kickoff for our global internship program. So big round of applause. Yay! So our super interns, global interns, are going to participate in a bunch of activities. And Gonzalo's going to come back at the end of the period to celebrate with you guys, give you some tips. And by the way, he's a mentor of Apprentice as well. So not only a coach, but he's a mentor as well. So, and by the way, all the people at Apprentice Worldwide that are mentors are everyone's mentors. So you don't have exclusivity. You can hang out with any of us as long as you go through a process that Nalisa calls, what do you call it, Nalisa? Oh, she's not here. She calls vetting. So yeah, we vet the people to make sure that you have what it takes to hang out with crazy people like us that are highly motivated. So there's no coincidences in life. When I met Gonzalo, he's an AKSI brother. I actually reached out to him through LinkedIn because I was going to London, I think. And at that time, he was in college still.
No. I was in Santander.
You were in Santander. That's right.
I looked like I was in college.
You looked like you were in college. But I'm not going to steal his thunder. But Gonzalo, not only is a fraternity brother of mine, but also we share a lot of things in common. Number one is big heart to help people. He makes a living off this. I do not. So I try to support him as much as I can. But most importantly, even if he didn't get paid, he is here for you, right? So just think that, he needs to live, eat a little bit. But the most important thing is that the heart is what matters, right? And this is a collection of people with big hearts that are here. And I'll let you with one of the biggest hearts that we have. But before we do that, he doesn't know that I do this, but we have the orange whistle. By the way, the orange whistle is only given to official coaches of Apprentice Worldwide. We've only given 2. He's the second one. So he's an official coach of Apprentice. And by the way, he doesn't know this, but
each time someone turns off their camera, each time someone's not looking.
By the way, and we do everything as a team. So Apprentice Worldwide, during the pandemic, in the worst of times, won the award for the best by this company called Corporate Coaching and Recruitment Awards by the best career development organization in 2020. Wow. And we won it again in 2021. And in 2022, I was probably busy doing 20,000 things, but we keep getting recognized as an organization that, keeps doing the right thing. And now we have our second official coach. So let's hear from Gonzalo.
Yay! How are you all, people? Okay, so I'm gonna steal this. I'm gonna put it back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to do a quick exercise, and we're gonna get started here. Okay, if everybody can see me, you can actually see the faces of some people here. Okay. These are people. A lot of these guys, right here. Okay. They've actually broken through their limitations. Okay. And each time I see somebody, I know what limitations they've broken through. Okay. So we're actually going to get started on a no bullshit, real life presentation to change our life. Are we ready? Everybody. Is everybody ready? I want yeses. I want
Yes.
Is this
Yay!
an active?
Yes.
Active
Where's the
presentation? Okay. It's not about me. It's about you guys and the changes that you can create. I'm gonna ask people to help me out here. Okay. So I need an actual backpack. Anybody that has a backpack. I need a jacket. Give me your backpack, please. I need a jacket. I'm gonna take probably a Lance jacket. Do you guys have a hat? Anybody has a hat or a?
Don't mess it up, it's my work computer.
Okay, oh, nice, good. All right, so perfect. That's the jacket. I'm just gonna take my backpack out. This is one cooler one. You can tell you work in banking.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, here we go. All right, and then we're gonna get a little notebook. Here's the notebook, everybody. Okay, we're gonna open it. I'm gonna take a pen. All right. And I don't have a hat, but imagine that there's a hat right there. Okay. That's the hat, probably. You guys can see it here. All right. No, this one's connected.
Oh,
as well.
okay.
Okay, so this is me 10, 12 years ago when I started my career. Okay, and this is a presentation I wish that someone would have given for me back then, because it wouldn't have taken me so long to get to the spot where I'm at. You know, the fancy thing is like what a lot of people actually look for, it's a number. Like, what are you making? How important are you? A title. But it's all behind the evolution of the person. And that's taken a couple years to actually get a grasp on. But it doesn't need to take a couple years. You're in front of people right now that have done this, have taken the brunt and the grunt of this process, so you don't have to. So the first piece of advice before I start this presentation to everybody, and I'm going to explain who this presentation is for, okay, is get started now. Like literally right now. Don't wait till the end of the presentation, okay? Don't wait to start taking constant, daily, massive, imperfect action. Some of my guys already know what that means, and they have implemented it, okay? So let's get started here. I'm gonna actually plug the computer in so you guys can see the presentation. I'm gonna share this screen, okay? So, let's see. Teams, share. This guy, right?
Yeah.
This is why I'm used Teams.
Not that
Okay.
long. You can share this.
Ah, thank you, man. I'll get it to you.
Right there.
By the way, that's Clevy, that's his style. And it's actually good because then you can use your own style to your advantage. Okay, so this presentation, can everybody see the screen? I want some yeses.
Yes.
Yeah, people on Teams, we're just gonna put the chat
Yes.
here. This, we gotta admit. Let's see, cancel, okay. All right. I'll try to keep up with the chat here. Okay, I'm gonna do a lot of heavy lifting. Hi everyone, my mic and camera is currently not working. Garrett, okay, you're an Alpha Kappa Psi brother at FIU. Welcome over, Garrett. Okay, awesome. And I'm gonna call on some people because we're gonna make this. Jesus Christ. All right, there we go. Here we got them. Okay, so there we go. So we got Jessica, we got Lorena, Sebastián Linares, Jimena Luna, Clevy, Alberto, Jesus Alberto, Diego, Victor. We got everybody here. So let's get started. How to get out of your career hypnosis, how to get out of career hypnosis, create more opportunities that you can actually saddle and build your dream career on your terms in less than 30 days, guys. We're actually giving an actual timeline for this. Right? We have to be action driven and it has to happen. And if I'm telling you this right now, it's not because I think it can be done. It's because we've had it done many times, time and again. Okay. So before we get started, I want to be clear about who this is for. Okay. What's the main goal of this presentation? Okay, you might think, oh, that title's a bit, it sounds like a bit spammy, or like, yeah, sure, 30 days, and create more opportunities. But I'm going to show you actually how you can create this. So I want to make something clear. For those of you that are skeptical about that title, this title, and for you, those of you that think, oh man, I don't think that's actually, I'm going to be able to do it or not, think again. If you follow the advice I'm going to give you here to the T, you will drastically change your life in the next 30 days, okay? So the main goal here is, we're going to go through 3 parts, 3 secrets, but the main goal here is to first dehypnotize yourself from what you can and cannot do. Okay, we've been conditioned, we've been exposed to a life of, go to school, get good grades, get a job, right? Don't excel too much, right? And just be careful. Try to fit in, son. We've probably all heard that before, right? But then we go out in real life, right? And things change, and life kind of surprises us. So if you're interested, I'll have a couple engagement opportunities later, so surprise, surprise, for those of you that want help after today, all right? So let's get started, guys. How did I stumble across this? Okay, when did this happen to me? And I want you guys to start visualizing, okay, how did actually this happen, all right? And I'll try to keep up with the chat here. All right, so anybody that has questions, I'm gonna try to connect to Meets through my phone, and I'm gonna keep the chat open here. So if you guys have questions, let them through to the chat, and I'll try to go over them as we go through the presentation, right? So out of my MBA in Los Angeles, I was 21, I got an MBA with a scholarship through Jesuit Transfer Network, out of sheer luck, I'd say, and let's see. And Teams sucks. Anyway, so, I out of my MBA, I was studying for my first job, right? And I had worked a lot. I came from Spain. My family spent a fortune sending me to the US, to university. A lot of you guys might know what I'm talking about, making it all the way to this country, across the Atlantic Ocean, paying for private school and all the living expenses. Got a degree in a different language, went through, a lot of hardship in terms of like changing cultures, not being around the people you love, your customs, your like food, like everything. And, there I was in my first job at Morgan Stanley, right? Sitting and just getting battered around, really not knowing what I was doing, right? But one of the main things that I saw is that I wasn't living to my own expectations. I knew I could do more. In my second year of university, a friend of mine and I built an eBay power seller business, right? For those of you that still know eBay. And, when I was 19, we were making more money than I actually made in the first 3 to 4 years of my corporate career. Why am I saying this? Because back in 2007, making about $5,000, $6,000 a month showed me that it could be done, that there was a left field way to do things very differently, but I could not stick to the theoretical book and just go basically following everybody. If I was going to follow everybody, I was going to get the same results. So fast forward a little later, I didn't settle for that, and I actually happened to meet a recruiter and a career coach. This recruiter I was this close to not meet. He was in Santa Monica, California, and I was very tired after a couple of interviews, after having gone through over 40 interviews in a month. And this guy didn't have his own office, right? So I was this close to saying no. Like, I actually thought about it. Like, it was either going for lunch with my girlfriend or going to yet another meeting with yet another recruiter I didn't know, and a guy that didn't have his own office. Today, not having an office is actually normal. WeWork exists. Back then, there was no WeWork. So I was this close to not go to this office. But I did. This guy gave me feedback on my resume. He took about 15 to 20 minutes on my resume that changed my entire life forever. Because it's the reason why I'm doing this today. Aside from that, I met a career coach, an actual lead recruiter of Boeing, okay, which was also a professor in our university. Okay, Mark Leiden. He was Boeing stock recruiter. Okay, and from there, I started creating something for myself. I said, what am I good at? What do I like? And how does the world move? Okay, and that was my very, very first baby steps of LinkedIn. Back in 2011, 2012, when I was in Morgan Stanley, I decided to put about $2,000 to $3,000 in stocks. Okay, I said, okay, I'm going to start investing into what I feel. I feel my gut feeling, good gut feeling, is an actual organic business. And I thought I have to put money on a social media platform. I said, okay, the platform that makes most sense, organically speaking, is LinkedIn. Why? Because there's a stopper in that social media platform for people to go in haywire. Meaning, when you actually have your job and you put it on a social media platform and your boss is watching, you're going to think twice of what you're going to post. That's what makes it organic. Because you can risk your livelihood if you do it the wrong way. Right? Versus Facebook, Instagram, which you can do it way different. It's more for fun, like entertainment, right? So that got me thinking. I was like, wait a second, like what about this? What about this LinkedIn, right? And it's the thing is with LinkedIn, there's 98% of consumers and 2% of producers, creators, people that actually make stuff to consume, right? I bet you a lot of you guys have actually read some posts of mine, videos, seen articles, right? So the thing is, it's really hard to stand out, in this world of ours right now, right? Because there's like little engagement anywhere where you go. When you talk to somebody on the street, like sometimes they don't understand you, they're not even paying attention. Same goes to social media. This comes from bombardment, right? So psychology changes when you first connect with people personally. And in the world of social media and the life that we live today, like super fast living process, right? The very best way to connect in the internet, so you can then transfer them out to real life, is by all means LinkedIn. Okay? And it's not just a professional platform. In fact, 2 of my 3 best performing posts on LinkedIn, they're actually me in the gym. Okay. So anyway, back in the day, 2012, I worked for a real estate firm that was part of Lehman Brothers, and unfortunately, this company, Lehman Brothers, which collapsed, sold this company. Okay, Diego is very well aware of that company because he actually worked there. So it's all over the news, guys. If you guys want to go into Google and type Lehman Brothers sells Archstone for $16 billion, you'll see it. So I was in the executive boardroom with the guy that reported to the CEO, and I saw how an entire company, when I was 22, 23, like would literally become ashes overnight. Okay. So after that, I went haywire. I went a bit crazy. Okay. Because I couldn't believe I had lost everything. I lost my visa status in the US. I lost my first full-time job in beautiful Southern California. I just had bought a car on payments the very first time I actually got into debt myself. I did that a week in November. The next week, I was jobless. I had lost everything, right? So after that, I did 137 interviews in 3 months and 18 days. Okay? And I owe that to LinkedIn. Since then, I've attended over 500 interviews, okay, just to give some proof, because sometimes when I come to these presentations, I personally need to hear this. So after this, these numbers need to be updated, but at this point, I've attended over 500 interviews myself, analyzed more than 1,300 now in 5 different continents. I've gotten dozens and dozens of offers with hundreds of companies, okay? So a couple like bragging brownie points, they're not, it's just, like how I crafted my life to feed into what I wanted and how I wanted to look. By age 23, I had my own office. I was a manager at age 24, and I became a director in a big investment bank in age 28. Okay. Just some fun facts. I actually have had a 9-interview day. That's the longest interview, 9:30 till 4:30. Okay, and then I've been also hired on the spot. I've been interrupted in an interview and said by the director, the job is yours, Gonzalo, if you want it. So the main thing about this is that I used to be scared of interviews and about this entire process of like proving myself socially, and today I actually love it, which is actually something that you can actually prove that you can become one of these people, okay? And I have some past clients and alumni of the program that can actually attest to that, where they used to not like the process and now they just wade through the process, going to interviews like they don't care, like, and really are able to be themselves, right? So just some more fun facts. When I geeked out on interviewing, I started cold calling myself into interviews. I cold call myself into interviews. I would literally take a pleasure trip to Hong Kong for fun for 2 weeks. And then I interviewed in Hong Kong for 3 companies. You know, in Michael Page, for example, in Dubai, in Pakistan, in Chile, in Brazil, in Colombia, in Mexico, in the US, in Canada, and the UK, in Spain, and some other remote. So, interviewed in 4 different continents, in 3 different languages, and top companies. So, I want to put a bit of a testimonial. He's allowed us to do it today. I'm just going to play the first 20 seconds, but this was actually, so we have Luis Alberto here. Do we have volume? Go ahead. We have to mute there, no? I hope this guy's. I've never seen a We'll go ahead and share those later. Okay. But we'll continue here. So I just want to show you guys a very solid case of somebody that actually destroyed this process. So this is one of our early clients who actually became one of our coaches later. We actually hired him in. So what we did with Ross actually, who in here is 25? Anybody? Around 25, 27, 24, 23? Okay. Victor, 2, yeah. You guys? Okay. Now this can be done in any direction possible, okay? Can you guys hear? 29, Jimena? Perfect. So Ross started the program age 24, okay? Within 6 weeks and a half, he got his first offer, all right, with Delta Airlines at $96,000, okay? Then Qatar Airways came through and made one offer. I told him, decline that. We don't want that. And he declined it. A month later, Qatar Airways came through and made a second offer, and we declined it again. And then they're still in touch with him. Anyway, fast forward a couple months, he stuck with the job in Tampa with an upstart company out there in avionics and aeronautics, okay? And he asked, hey, Gonzalo, I want more. I need more. Like now that he got the entire mental process of how to expand on his self-image, he said, okay, I want to do something else. And this is something that we did. And this is what I was telling you guys about. Create your career on your terms. Everybody here has skill sets that can actually be polished to do Ross did. Ross was one of the clients that didn't stop at working on his full-time career, okay? So we went on a beta program we had at the time, which is showing how to create lead generation and actually a freelancing career, okay? So this was, for Ross, we started in September 2022. This was this morning's snapshot of Ross's profile on Upwork. At this point, Ross is on a $40,000 contract here, and he's made earnings that are close to $60,000, apart from his full-time job. Okay? Apart from his full-time job. So run the numbers, guys. All right? Think about what this, leads to. And all because he made a decision March 2022 to actually first switch and change the way he thinks and his self-image, then take practical steps to create opportunities on LinkedIn, and then take people from LinkedIn into real conversations. Okay? So someone in this room, okay, those are live testimonials that happened literally today. Okay? Right? Someone just got requested to interview at RBI, Restaurant Brands International. Someone just had a Royal Caribbean interview today at noon. You see that? Thursday, June 1st. And this is a hiring manager talking to someone in this room. They see a client. He said tomorrow he will. Should you tell him to do it now if you can? ASAP is ideal. We'll have to bring him on Monday. Okay, and that was yesterday. Okay, so 3 secrets, guys. The pro career, first secret, pro career self-image method, how to dehypnotize yourself on career false beliefs and run your career on your terms. Okay, love that Anne is with the camera on. Jessica, Sebastian, Garrett, Carolina, Jimena, Lorena, turn on those cameras. Don't be shy. Okay, so the pro career self-image method, how to.
I just got back from driving.
Say again? Say again?
Oh, I've been in my car, so I just got back from driving.
Okay, be careful, huh? All righty. Okay, then the second secret, the My Social Engineering Formula, how to start key conversations that will help you build relationships with decision makers. And by the way, guys, this is not just applicable for job searching. Okay, please think, when they tell you think outside the box, there's no box. Forget the box. Take this and apply it to wherever you can. Just test it, break it, see what happens. Okay? And then the third secret, the phone close technique. How to get LinkedIn contacts on the phone and how to talk to them to significantly increase your chances of getting the job you want, of getting the client you want, of getting, the relationship you want. Okay, so the pro career self-image method. How to hypnotize yourself from career's false beliefs and run your career on your terms. So a huge blind spot I see people get, like people that want to get the job they deserve, is that they're too focused on experience, not expertise. The job description says 7 years. They think they have 3. They don't go after it. And that's the end of it, right? They're too focused on the resume instead of themselves. I'm thinking that the resume is just a roadmap to the process. They're hypnotized by applications. They make applications left and right. And guess what? They don't hear back. Ever. Right? Okay, so as a result, they fail to generate clarity. They don't know what's going on. They're like, crap, I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's I don't know what's going on. They don't generate momentum and they get massively demotivated. Yeah. So, first thing you gotta focus on is where is your energy going? We spend too much time on false beliefs, on thoughts, on what others think, on comparing, right? Hey, my friend did 10 applications, he got a job, I didn't, right? When we focus on false beliefs, the energy diversion is so subtle that sometimes we don't even realize that is happening. And we go into what I call daily hypnosis. Okay, snowball effect, just stuck on the same thing. I got some alumni and clients here that have to talk about this, and that's you, Artur. We have to get you out of that. It's very easy to fall in there, right? Now, this will become your reality if you let it happen, if you let it become your reality. Whether you're in Artur's position where he's working side jobs in the weekends and internships and going to school, or in Clevy's situation where he's in this brand new job that's so demanding, right? Or in a beautiful position like Soham is as an engineer of a job he loves. Both left and right, when you're in the extreme, they're not good because they pull you out into this hypnosis, even a feel-good hypnosis or like an overworked hypnosis, it doesn't matter. Hypnosis is always the same, okay? Independent of what type of taste it's got. Hypnosis can also be at home with a girlfriend, with a partner. Okay? So your self-image. When hypnosis is your day-to-day, your self-conception, self-confidence, and self-image suffers. You become severely limited in all areas of your life, professional and personal. We do not make a distinction. They go together, guys. Do not believe people that tell you you have to separate professional from personal. Okay? It becomes your reality. So let's do an exercise, guys. Okay, for those of you that don't have a piece of ham in their hand, and those of you online, okay, love to see you guys on the camera. By the way, guys, Carolina, Jimena, Garrett, Lorena, chat, ask questions. I'll be looking. I have the chat in front of me, so feel free to chat. This is an active conversation, okay? We'll have space for questions later. But
by the way, you're not drinking wine, but I'll invite you next time I see you.
So I need. Okay, I want everybody to take their fingerprint. Okay, a fingerprint. Look at your finger. Pick a partner. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Look into your finger. What do you guys see? Okay. All right. So question for everybody in this room and online. Okay? Is your fingerprint the same as your partner's? No. Have you checked it? Are we sure of that?
Yes.
Okay, then why in the world do we compare ourselves to others? Does it make sense to compare ourselves to others? Right? Is your fingerprint the same? Are we comparing apples to apples? If they were apples to apples, your fingerprint would be the same, right? But it's not. Okay, when you compare yourself, look at this presentation here, compare versus take, create, and become. When you start comparing yourself, your energy goes into waste. You're not contributing to the world, right? You're generating misalignment for yourself and for some other people, okay? So this is the first exercise. The first point of the secret is stop comparing yourself. You are different. It's a fact. We just proved it. And we cannot compare because we're not comparing the same thing. Your fingerprint is not the same as somebody else's. So it's not an apples to apples intelligent comparison. Okay. All right. So now, I want you guys to get into the mindset and the process, the point that the system, right, the corporate world, wherever you're out there, is the game, and it's not fair. Okay? It's rigged, and it's not rigged in your direction, guys. Okay? It is built to undermine your self-confidence. Why? Very simple. Because if I get you at a lower point, if I get somebody that is very capable at a lower point, guess what? I have a great deal in my hands. I'm making someone believe that they're not as good as they are. By the way, everybody, especially on the phone call, on the teams, people that are in university right now, this is especially important for you because your self-image typically, professors, deans, parents, friends, cousins, they have bought into a system, a game that is based on inferiority, scarcity, making you feel that you don't have experience, that you're still too young, that you cannot do things. But how is it possible that when I was 19 years old, I was making more money for 5 months than my mother had ever made in any month for her entire life? How is that possible? It happened. So that shows you that you can break through the system. I'm going to use a quote that my beautiful brother taught me early on in my life. And it's, I rather ask for pardon than ask for permission. That's a maximum I've always applied in my life. And that's the reason why I've gone to places wherever the heck I wanted all the time, every freaking time. And that's why I'm challenging you guys, everybody here. Secret 2 and Secret 3 is going to be focused on practical, technical ways, that practical, that you can start implementing right now to start breaking the fake rules, the false beliefs, the limiting beliefs. I'm going to show you how the system and the game from a corporate perspective is rigged to make you feel inferior and get you in a scarcity mentality. First, who here has gone and read a job description, right, that had 7 years of experience, 5 years of experience, and thought, I cannot do that job? Who has that? Diego? Levi? Soham? Okay. And I know that some people in this room actually still applied after I told them, just go for it, right? Soham, was that your case, for example? How many years of experience did you have? Can you say that higher?
Technically 0, yeah.
Okay, so Soham got a job with a sign-on bonus. Okay, everybody here, for you guys in university, and he had 0 years of experience. My first real job was claiming 5 years of experience and a master's, and I had 1. This gentleman right here, Diego, who's my brother, who worked at the same company, saw this. I'm not making this up. I worked for the number 3 person in the company, reporting to a Forbes-listed CEO. He hired me over people that have 5 and 7 years of experience with master's degrees. I only had 1. His name is David Brackett. Go on LinkedIn, reach out, and ask him if you want. And ask him, hey, how did you hire Z? He called me Z because I was the only person in the entire company to have a Z in my name. That's how smart, wicked, weird, smart these people are. And I still have great connection with that person. So years of experience, salary caps. A person with so many years of experience cannot make more than this. Well, I just proved to you guys that a 25-year-old is making more than a lot of people have made in their entire lifestyle. Like Ross, he's got an $85,000 permanent job, and so far he hasn't reached a full year of freelance career, and he's already made $60,000. He's setting the limits, not letting anybody else in his life set the limits for him. That's what I want you guys to do today. So no salary caps, number of applications, scarcity. You look at the job, it's like 500 applications. Oh my God. Well, let me tell you guys the reality, because I've seen this in the background. This is what I do, and I really like what I do for a living. When you see an application, like a job application on LinkedIn or out there that has 500 applications, guaranteed 70 to 90% of those applications are error-driven. 70% of them don't have readable resumes. The resumes are coming blank. They're people from Bangladesh and all the rest of it. So that's when I apply the 333 rule. Whenever you see 300 applications, 30 actually made it through, and 3 of those applications are real, that a hiring manager can actually take into an interview, potentially hire. Okay?
I have a real life story, if I might share.
Absolutely.
Especially regarding the years of experience, how important that is. You know, I've worked in big corporations before, and I've hired hundreds of people. And I remember
hear you.
I was working in a company, big company here in the United States, and I was the hiring manager. And I came in to change the entire team. And the HR team was the one providing me with the job profiles, right? So they created the job profiles, they posted out there, and then I would receive selected resumes, to review, right? That's what the process was, right? So then I realized that, I never saw the job profile. I never saw it. My bad. I should have checked. Well, finally, after interviewing a few people, I realized there was a pattern there. So I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I'm not finding the right people. Let me go and see what the job profile says, right? So I went to check this job profile that the experts at the HR team put for me together. And then I realized that they were asking for, 10 years worth of experience for a specific job. And so I'm like, wow, I don't even have that experience. And I'm hiring for someone and I'm requesting that they have more experience than I do. Well, that doesn't make sense. So I went back to HR and I said, hey, who decided that 10 years was a good number? And, the response, and this is a real life, right? The response was, oh, I don't know. That's just a template we've had for years. It was a template. I'm like, what do you mean it was a template? I'm like, yeah, when I arrived to the company 6 years ago, we had this job profile and I never changed it. I'm like, okay, well, we need to review this entire thing. So out there in the world, we were asking for 10 years of experience and no one in my company knew why. So translate that to all these other requirements. I guarantee you that a lot of the things that you see in a job profile, the company doesn't even know we have it there. So, and this is a true story. So I just wanted to share.
Thanks for sharing that, Diego. That reminds me. Do you guys hear online, Jessica, Ann, Otto, Lorena? Do you guys hear that? Drop a yes in the chat. And yeah, I see thumbs up. Great on the thumbs up. So, by the way, I just want you guys to know Diego, not because he's my brother, okay, which he is, but Diego made it to a senior vice president position in the largest real estate management company in the world at a record age of 36. And the funny part is, that Diego, okay, everybody in Diego's team the youngest person was seven years older. Mm-hmm. So the people reporting to Diego was in between 43 and 52 years old. He was 36. This you can replicate at age 24, age 26, age 28. I'm going to tell you actually, guys, another story. So when I was the head of internal control at Santander Investment Bank in London, I used to date a very cute senior auditor at KPMG. Her name was Paula, okay? And Paula happened to be auditing the exact same department in the competing bank, BBVA, Banco Bilbao Vizcaya Argentario, okay? For those of you that know in the Latin world, one of the biggest banks, second biggest bank in Spain, right? And top 20 bank in the world. She was auditing the exact same head of internal control of that bank. Anybody can guess the head of internal control's age for that bank?
52.
All right. Anybody?
67.
79. Come on.
Oh.
Anybody else? This guy was 43 years old. He had 4 kids, and he had a team of 7 associates. Can you guys guess how many associates I had? This one's an easy one.
9. 0.
Anybody else? 12. 12? Tell you right. I had 0. 0 people working for me, and they told me, hey, you need to build a new entire head of internal control framework for the bank as we transition it from London to Spain. Like, you're nuts. But I'll try. So I then started stealing consultants around the office that were just on WhatsApp. I got them to work. So anyway, let's keep going, guys. So anyway, let's get back to the end of secret 1, how to disarm this career hypnosis. And guys, again, you don't have to be in corporate. You don't have to be in any pattern. It doesn't have to be like working for a company. It can be in your own company. Just look around you and see what are you doing constantly that is the same. And see how you can change it, how you can improve it, okay? So focus on negative and false beliefs, right? Remember, those negative and false beliefs that get you in career hypnosis, guys, I'm just gonna put this here so I can actually see all of you better. The false beliefs, the limiting beliefs, the things that that limit us and that actually don't let us grow, right? And get us in this sense of like low energy, of, like day to day apathy, nonstop. They're crafted in states of tension, okay? States of tension, like, like going, like, for example, like bad experiences, if a boss comes yelling at you, or your friend who is an analyst is just telling you, oh, I'm making more than you, like whatever is attention for you, tension obviously creates more tension, right? So tension creates antagonism, it creates pessimism, okay? You become pessimistic. And this, by the way, guys, is homework for you all to do at home. If we cannot do it, I cannot do it for you. No coach, no guru, nobody can actually do for you. You got to take the slides, which, by the way, we're going to share them later, so you guys can actually do some homework. I would, if I were all of you, I would print them and highlight and go through them and see how I feel through them, right? And see if I am this person. I was this person. Okay, vulnerability fact number 1 here. What you're seeing here, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I was this person. I've been through each and every single step of this. I was in tension. I was antagonistic against people, hating on everybody. Like, that guy's an asshole. I don't like my boss. This university is a piece of shit. Like, my MBA is so expensive, I'm not going anywhere, right? And in this energy like leak, I wouldn't create the life I want. Okay, so tension creates pessimism, and you go into bitterness, into survival instinct, where you're counting your days, you're going into the cave, and you're hoping that the lion doesn't show up. Right? So how do you reverse that? A lot of people, how do you do it, Gonzalo? How are you so energetic? Like, how are you? Well, it's very simple, guys. It's flipping the switch on this. If tension is creating tension, right? In order to create abundance, you have to be relaxed. If you think about it, like, one of the main thoughts I used to have is like, shit, like getting fired, not having enough money, right? And not having a place, like a respectable, normal life. That was my biggest fear. Like, crap. So that's why I was like running around 120% all the freaking time. Okay, because of that fear. But then when I realized that fear, was like that ultimate negative situation has never happened. But not even close. Not even close. And if it was to happen in some shape or form, well, guess what? Like, a lot of you, if not everybody here, I got a family that supports me. I got a family that gives me a pat in the back that says, hey, there's a bed for you to stay, there's some food. Don't worry, it'll get better tomorrow. You'll do it better. So relaxation and abundance, guys, and obviously discipline. You have to do this every day. So now we're going to get into the practicality of things. Everybody at home, pull out your LinkedIn and let's get started with the real deal here. So I created this formula, the Mike's formula, social engineering formula with LinkedIn. Okay, how to start key conversations that will help you build relationships with decision makers. Whether it's a job, whether it's like you're starting your consulting firm, your side gig, someone that can actually introduce you to somebody else. You want to sell, you have your own company, you're selling property, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so here's a LinkedIn profile crash course. I'm not going to go through it in too much detail, but you guys can take this slide and actually go through it yourself. Okay, so typically we'll do a volunteer profile, but in the interest of time, we're not going to do it today. But for profile photo, you can actually grab your profile picture and put it in a website called Photo Filler. Anybody of you guys, do you know when you're like with some people that you respect or inspire you and they show you these little apps and these little new things that you're like, crap, that's so cool, that elevates you a little bit? This is that moment. Okay? Pay real close attention to this, and then after the presentation, go and check these websites out. Profile photo filler. So Photo Filler is a website where you can actually take your picture, your professional picture, throw it in there, put some etiquettes on it, and then you will have somebody, like you would have an anonymous community, go through your picture and rate your picture for professionality, right? For your apparent, the feeling of respect. They will actually grade your picture anonymously. So that's going to give you 50 to 100 votes, will give you a feeler of how your profile picture is accepted in the wide internet world. Freaking amazing website, really cool. And there's like, I believe, three like settings. Like, one can be professional, another one is social, and another one is actually for dating. So you can put your picture there, and then it'll tell you how acceptable is for dating. So Anyway, we're keeping things professional here. So banner. So your banner really is a banner today, right? There's about, depending on the time of year, 700 to 1,200 people checking out my profile every 90 days. So it literally is like a banner on a street. Okay, so setting up your banner correctly and making it clear, simple, with a phrase of what you're after, what you're doing is critical. Okay, then you go to the headline and the feature section. So in the headline, look for word clouds, guys. So if you're an analyst, or if you're a finance manager, or something like that, and the 4 biggest words are agile, are Tableau, are like Excel and stuff like that, grab like 10 or 20 job descriptions of where you want to get to. Okay, throw those in a word cloud, and it will bring up the biggest words, the most number of words that are mentioned in those job descriptions. And then make sure that your headline has those words. It's SEO 101. That's search engine optimization at its finest, okay? Feature projects, right? In the feature section, put projects, put videos talking about people about you, okay? And then, let's see. So skills and endorsement. You can actually start grinding people around you to give you skills, endorsements, and actually references. I have about 30 referrals in my LinkedIn profiles, right? So why are we doing all this, guys? Recommendations. Because whenever somebody comes into your profile, you want to make sure that they actually have the feeling that you're a trustworthy person. Okay? So let's do a case study. Okay? This is someone's profile here in the room. Okay, so let me explain a little bit how LinkedIn algorithm works. Okay? LinkedIn focuses a lot on real human interaction. Okay, everybody on Teams doing good? Yeah, thumbs up. Got it. Okay, beautiful. Jessica, Garrett, awesome. So LinkedIn's algorithm is focused on engagement, right? And engagement leads to time spent on LinkedIn, right? Why do they want to do this? Because it raises time in LinkedIn, and then it raises revenue for their ads. Right? LinkedIn pulls out like their own KPIs on a yearly basis, right? And LinkedIn can go to their big clients and say, hey, our average user, right, is spending so many minutes, quality minutes. These are heat maps. This is what they're doing. That's why, guys, LinkedIn ads are the most expensive ads out of any single social media platform. If you guys actually go into digital marketing and you want to actually pay for ads in LinkedIn and Instagram, Facebook, anything Meta, TikTok, all that stuff, the most expensive by far, 4 times from the cheapest, it's LinkedIn. And I'm not making this up. I've actually done it myself with an actual digital marketing agency. I've worked with a digital marketing agency, and they put the paper in front of me saying, if you want to do this campaign on LinkedIn, it's going to cost you 4 times than if we do it on Facebook. Go ahead, Adnan.
So you mentioned before what shackles you in terms of when you work for somebody, you think that you cannot post online, right? Because
Yes.
you're being shackled because your boss is seeing. So how do you circumvent this?
Good question. That's a great freaking question. I actually have a slide coming about 3 slides from now showing posts. Okay, so great question, and then let's hold the thought. That's amazing. So what LinkedIn wants is engagement. LinkedIn is dying for real engagement. By the way, no automation tools, guys. If you use automation tools, you'll go to LinkedIn jail. Okay, they'll block you, and if you do it a couple of times, they'll raise your profile. LinkedIn is spending heavy money. I know some people that work in LinkedIn in San Jose from my university days in San Francisco, and they kind of like, just tell me secrets from time to time. Okay, so engagement means content, means likes, means comments, reshares. By the way, when you reshare, the LinkedIn algorithm penalizes you, because typically lazy people reshare. It's like, I don't want to create, I'm just going to reshare. So if you want to get actively into that 2% creator mode where you're going to actually deliver value, do not reshare. Okay, variables. So profile views are one thing, connections and followers. Connections and followers are different. People that connect with you is that so you can actually be connected. Followers can actually follow your content, follow your activity, your updates, okay? But they're not necessarily connected to you, okay? Then posts and content. You can create all sorts of contents, video, photo posts, listicles. You can create polls, right, to gauge people's interests on things. You could create a poll about your product, and then in the options of your poll, right, say like give some options, right, and one of the options can actually be your product. So let me give you guys an example. If you want to engage recruiters, or for example, if I wanted to release a resume product, I can make a poll and say, hey, who knows how to make the resume? And give 3 options. I know how to, so, and I have no clue. When I create the I have no clue, 50 people vote. I've had polls where 240 people have voted. Then the people that come and say, I have no clue to create a resume, I have a list of 50 potential clients. Let's switch it to a different industry, right? Let's say you are an executive fitness coach for busy finance professionals or chief executives, okay? Then you understand that market, you understand that person, and you create 3 options in a poll, right? Who is spending more than an hour a day for 4 days straight doing exercise? And then you get the people that do 45 minutes. You can put it as a week. Who spends more than 4 hours a week doing exercise? Who spends 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours, and who spends 30 minutes or whenever I can. Now, when you go in there, you can start contacting these people, right? What I always say, guys, is that the magic of LinkedIn, this is one of the most important things I'm going to say here. The magic on LinkedIn happens in the inbox, behind the scenes. And I'm going to show you. Okay, so how to do this, guys? You guys want to get started here? It's very simple. Find 3 topics you're an expert in. Remember, being an expert doesn't mean you have to be a PhD that shows up in magazines. No, it means you need to be 2 steps ahead of the pack of the rest. Right? If you're into, like radio control aircraft, right? The moment you've flown 40 hours more than anybody out there, you can start showing people, directing people, right? Works with anything. Exercise, resumes, career advancement, lead generation, whatever is it that you guys want to do. Recommendation: if this interests you guys on how to become an expert, first book you got to read is called Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. He's the founder of ClickFunnels. Okay, so start with the big take. Something I really suggest is as simple as add me on LinkedIn, grab my posts, guys, 1 of my posts, 2 of my posts, the ones that you like the most, okay? Read them out loud, read it out loud once, they're really short, then write them by hand, and then read them out loud again. Do that for 10 days straight. Then start writing your posts. This copywriting, all copywriters straight here. So you do that for 10 days straight. Day 11, you start writing your own text, 200 words. And it'll come out, it'll flow like, you've been doing this for a while, right? So you gotta find your style, right? Handwrite and read out loud. Start writing, start recording, start posting. There's a moment of breakthrough, guys, where you just have to hit post. Do the heck with it, whatever happens. And all these fright and fear of like, oh, they're gonna judge me or things like that. I'll be honest, nobody cares.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause. Ana Maria, are you there? So Ana Maria is not there. By the way, check out, you guys are in the same group, in the Global Intern group with Ana Maria. She shared her LinkedIn. She's 19 years old. I want you to see her LinkedIn, just to realize she's using, without knowing what Gonzalo is saying here.
All right, so I'll check out Ana Maria's LinkedIn profile. So I'll have a little bit of a surprise. Yes, go ahead. Absolutely, go ahead.
I was just in the third with the videos, and what I've seen when I do stuff on Facebook, right, where I'm a little more comfortable with. For me, I like shorter and sweeter, right? Because I think after 7 or 10 seconds, people are like, next, I don't want to hear any more about insurance, or I don't want to hear any more about how this guy made it. But what's the norm? Like, what's the to be to the point, just have them salivate and have them call you. How long
That's-
should you do a video?
That's a great question. So, all right, first things I have, like, remember one of the main things is to build your own style. Some people's style is short and sweet. Some people take like 2 to 3 minutes. I take about 2 to 4 minutes, okay, to actually be comfortable with the video I'm gonna put out, okay? I'm a natural, according to some people, in terms of videos. I like it, I'm comfortable with the camera, and I'm very excited about what I gotta show. I really believe, because I see it in my clients every single day. Okay, so for me, it's 2 to 4 minutes, sometimes 5, right? People say, oh, that's too long, right? It depends for what. If my advice is gonna be something that has to do with my resume, it really takes about 2 to 3 minutes to develop the idea and to show you how, but then so be it. It's not, let me put it this way, it's not about what the right length is, it's about what stage of the buying journey the person that is listening to it is at. So, I'll give you an example. Yes.
I was going to share. So, your case, right, you're doing financial literacy, right, you're not pitching. You have to check out his profile, because what you need to do, and he's a perfect following when you finish, is you're not pitching to sell, right? You're educating. You're educating, sharing your life, sharing your experiences, and that's what people get drawn to, no?
Exactly.
Because it doesn't matter. That's why his profile is phenomenal, because he's just sharing his life.
In the buying process, when I say buying process, guys, everybody also online, I don't mean monetary exchange. The purchase happens here in a moment, and the purchase happens in many directions. Purchase really is trust, whether it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, whether it's a product, right? Whether it's like conviction, going into a religion, there's a purchasing moment when you go into the Jehovah's Witnesses, when they show up. Why do you think they show up all the time on the door and they grill? Jehovah's Witnesses are like salespeople. You know, nothing forth against. I'm not taking sides. Okay?
It's okay,
But-
I don't like them.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, yes, I'm pretty
I'm just
Catholic
saying,
myself.
I know a
I'm
lot of
just gonna
people
lie.
are thinking.
By the way, there's 3 Jehovah's Witnesses.
I love you.
So, no, but like, it's a reality. So, you know, and I'll tell
The
you what.
next training is about diversion and inclusion.
Yeah, like, you know, it's funny. I actually, short anecdote here. So my real name is actually, my full name is Gonzalo del Pilar. You know, it's the patron of Hispanity and the Spanish military. And I was named, and the basilica, the cathedral, it's actually a basilica, is in Zaragoza in Spain. So every time I go to Spain, I go there to pray to her. It's like something I just do. It's my own way of, you know, recognizing her. So one day I'm walking down this big street in Zaragoza, going to the basilica, and I'm just like minding my business. And it's a reflective moment. It's very spiritual, very strong, full of energy, because I go through like the 6 months, 8, 9 months that I've been away. It's like I'm going to visit my grandma, my mom, to tell her what I've done across the world in the past 9 months, a year. It's very deep for me. Very like I go into almost a trance state. So one day I'm just walking down El Corzo, creo que se llama, like this big street, heading up to the basilica. And I slow down and I raise my sight and I look to the left. No, it was actually the right, because I was actually leaving. And I see these 3 ladies with the Jehovah's Witnesses stand, you know, on the books. Nothing against Jehovah's Witnesses. This is a bit ridiculous. I look back and they all come like the Savior. Hi, would you want to join us? And I look at them and think, are you guys serious? Like, are you guys really like marking Jehovah's Witnesses like 500 meters away from the basilica? She's the real one, guys. Forgive me. Like it didn't happen. See that? And they were like they were frozen. Anyway, so back to the presentation. Okay, so type of posts, text-based, text and picture, hybrid videos, articles. Newsletters are huge, guys. And articles don't need to be 1,000 words. They can be an extended post about something you know. Right? For example, I've been posting about sleep quite a bit. I've been reading books, I've been doing stuff, buying stuff, taking magnesium, sprayed on, feeling it, days that I've worked out, days that I've run, days that I haven't. putting English IV plants in my room, seeing if that oxygenates the room better, cooling down the room. I have an Oura ring right here, measured it, gone through the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly of this. I became a slave. I de-slaved myself from the freaking ring. So if the ring said that I slept bad, I wouldn't feel bad. You know, I bought an 8-sleep smart mattress that cools down through the night and then heats up in the morning. I've invested. I'm not a Rolex guy. I don't wear a Rolex, but all that is invested in my well-being. The culprit of that, a lot is my brother. Okay, he's pushed me to say, hey, you are the machine. You are the Rolex. Screw the Rolex, right? So this is just obviously an analogy, right? So, okay, this starts working. So back to the fun stuff, types of posts. So these are 3, well, like good performing posts, actually. Anything with a cake is going to do well. Think about it. Who doesn't like birthdays here? Anybody? No? All right, so do you guys see right there? That's 9,000 views. By the way, this is nothing impressive. It might impress you, 9,000 views, 83,000 views. Actually, that's not bad. Pretty nice. I have friends that get like 3 million views. They're influencers, like that. They're another level. Their sort of mentality, business model, the way they do things is different. They're volume game. I am quality game. That's one of the things you guys have to decide with whatever you're doing. Even if it's you're promoting a job, promoting a business, or you're after a job, or you're just building networking or relationships, decide, do you want volume or do you want quality? There's nothing wrong with either. But the mentality, the business model, and the model that goes of thinking into each is totally different. In volume, you cannot spend time. You just cannot spend time. Everything you're going to be is surface level. You're not going to drastically change people's lives. You're going to plant the seeds and you're going to let people change their life. To me, that's BS. I don't like that. I'm not that type of person. I like to see the evolution from start to finish. So that's why I go for quality and depth. Okay, so that's 9,000 impressions there. Look, Hernan, this is a good one. Do you guys see what I'm doing there? I'm working out. That's you. Yeah. That's a tricep pull right there, right, Diego? That's how you call it? Tricep pull. And that's Almeida, my personal trainer, who actually trained Diego for some time as well. He knows him very well. That got 21,000 impressions. And then I got another viral post that went viral for the wrong reasons. You might actually like it. What was your name again, sir? Come on.
Chucho. No, Swole.
¿Cómo?
I'm sorry.
Luis.
Luis, vale. Ah, este es Luis. Luis, okay. Ya hablaremos de ella. No, just kidding. No, Luis, mira, this is what, a bit of like what you were discussing before. So here's the impressions, okay, likes, okay, but this is what I was talking about. This is a workout post, got 21,000 views. Okay, here I am on a short sleeve, like, like a no sleeve shirt on LinkedIn, right? To your question, Hernan, about your boss, right? You got to really gauge who your boss is. And by the way, the same feeling you got when you're going to post on LinkedIn, like you're scared of posting, that resistance, all the emotions that you go through your LinkedIn journey, or which is not LinkedIn journey, like LinkedIn is just a vehicle. You're just putting yourself out there and creating social acceptance. You're social engineering yourself. You got to warn them. You got to stay ahead of the curve because you don't want surprises. That's the issue. You got to create boss-friendly posts. What's the best way of doing that? Talk well about your company. Take a selfie at 9 a.m., show up. This is my great team. Boom. Picture. And you can actually tag every single person, 6 people in the picture. Joe has showed me patience. Jane has showed me attention to detail. Who doesn't like to be praised? And then that gets seen by 3,000 people, 2,000 views, 3,000 views is nothing crazy. You just need consistency. And then that has a ripple effect. What a lot of people don't understand, and I think I have, this is the actual intel. I don't have it here, but I'm going to show you guys. This year, I think it's been 700,000 views. that I got on LinkedIn. It's nothing crazy, like I say. Like some of my friends are 1.5 million to 10 million, anywhere in there, right? But you gotta understand that each one of those impressions is someone that has seen your stuff, and it's a flash in their cerebellum. Flash, flash, flash. Why? What is the most powerful thing of doing this? It's staying top of mind. That's it. Staying top of mind. It's like, oh, what's Gonzalo? What's Gonzalo? And then people qualify you as a leader on what you do, right? So,
Wait, before you go back, why did the Canadian Post go for the wrong reasons?
no, that's not the. That actually didn't go for the wrong reasons. There was another post that did like 53,000 views, right? It was actually before New Year's Eve, and it was about how I asked my personal trainer if we could train. And at the beginning, he's like, oh, no, I'm just going to go with my family. I'll just send you voice notes and you can train. I've been training with him for 2 years. I can train my own. And then he said, actually, you know what? I'll train from the 26th to the 31st. So I actually made a post, and some of the language is not here, but some of the language could be very poorly interpreted if you read it fast. So to some people, it sounded like I told my personal trainer to not take vacation. And then there was an influencer resume writer with about 500,000 followers that made a very shitty comment that said, oh, so you're saying that you asked your personal trainer to not take vacation? And then after that came a barrage of comments, like about 40 comments saying, how could you?
Yeah. Negative.
Right? So what did I do? I waited for people to unload themselves. It was a heck of a learning opportunity. It was on the 31st of December. I was actually going to pick my girl from from her job and take her to a sushi restaurant that we haven't tried. We're super excited. I had to spend my lunch watching this thing. But then I talked to one of my mentors, and my mentor said, listen, going viral, great thing. Either way, it's just how you handle it that will build you respect. So I let them all out. Go for it. Beat me here. Go punch harder. Is that all you got? Keep going. And then on January 2nd, I went through each one of these people. I made an update. I made a little statement saying, hey, this has been misinterpreted. And then I went through every single one. Only 2 people responded. One of the people that defended me said, some of your commenters could use some grace in these times. So I agree, but we're not gonna be, we're not gonna have a grunt against them. And then another commenter that had like lashed out at me, he said, hey, you know what? I must apologize, man. Now that I reread it, at home, taking it easy, I actually see what you were saying. And after like 17 or 20 of my friends actually, like, you guys don't know Gonzalo, if you knew him, you knew that he meant that. I mean, it's incredible how people can go this far.
So he's saying that, hold on, the chat says that we can't see your presenter. Ask them if they can see it again, because I think.
See? They don't see, stop sharing. We gotta improve on.
Can you guys see the presentation or no? No.
We can't see it. Now we can.
Yeah, now, okay.
Yeah? Everybody good?
Yes.
Okay, so let's continue. So this is the algorithm intelligence, okay? So you look into a post and you go in here, and the way I suggest you guys go through this, for those of you that are gonna get started, is you make a post and you look at this every day. It literally takes about 10 to 15 seconds. You can go here to locations and job titles, and you can do the drop down and see where people are coming from, okay? For me, I like really working with American people. Part of my programs, they just work really well. Okay, and obviously Canada, having built the company in Canada is also nice, but then this is also very important for me. So I got 83,000 views, and the first person that looked at it, the first type of people, was software engineer. Those are some of my best clients, software engineers for that fact. Where are you, Saham?
Structure.
You are, but you're an engineer.
Yeah, but I'm an engineer.
Artur, you're some sort of a data engineer, data scientist, right? Okay. The best results come from engineers, typically. So I like to work with the people. Project management also. I do have business development people, a bit of everything. So results, when you start posting, right, you're not going to see the results right away, period. You got to be in the game for at least 3 to 4 months. Okay, and then you start getting messages like this. Hi Gonzalo, I hope this message finds you well. Our paths crossed over a decade ago, and I have been following your developments since then on LinkedIn. I'm contemplating making changes. I would be very interested in having a conversation with you. This is weekly. Okay?
That's like, what's his name? The guy with him?
Pierre.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pierre was connected to Clevy, right? And since Pierre, like Clevy and Pierre were connected in LinkedIn, Clevy used to like my posts, and Pierre got to see them. It took a couple months.
I know, I need that referral thing. That's
Yeah.
all right.
Yes. Oh, you didn't get one?
This one's a freebie.
So actually, Diego knows this person. He just doesn't know, but like now, like obviously seeing behind the scenes, you know who this person is. Hi, Gonzalo.
It's a woman. Of course he knows a woman.
I wanted to get a little more information about your services, right? so you can figure out who he is. We can keep going, guys. May need your help actually with my resume. Just took the bar and this actually became a client. Hi Gonzalo, yes, I'm very interested. I will be checking out your work, trying to schedule something.
Okay, I can't see you here. I got a question for you.
Yes.
I got a question for you. How many people that from the post that you post have you met? Have you actually met offline after you've been posting? Yeah.
That's a great question. So I am like I'm on a mission to meet every single client that I've had in person, whether they're clients or they're alumni or programs, you know. And on Zoom, I'd say I've met about 60 to 70%, and if I haven't met more, it's because there's no capacity. I don't have hours in my day. Like I have many days of 6 to 8 hours. That's a bit of too much, but like 4 to 6 hours every day. Now you have to obviously on the other side, you have to gauge how you invest your time and your energy, because this can actually, you know, tear you apart. Because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that will try to get you know, anything and everything from you. Even like I've had other career coaches get on phone calls with me to try and figure out how I do things. Right. So that's their problem, not mine. Right. So, you know, I do what I do. So hi, I used to work in. I would love to connect with you and learn more about you. So you create relationships and you build conversations. Okay. So recap. Build a great front showcase profile. Okay, it's actually not that hard. If you guys need, you know, guidance, right? I know a ton of people, communities, and LinkedIn people that can give you like a couple of tips here and there. Okay, get busy creating valuable content. You know, whatever it is that you do, right? For example, Hernan, something that I think would go really well for you is to post 2 to 3 times about small business issues. I'm sure you like. You have these ones on your hand, like you know them day to day. Like what are the main 3 things that small business goes through when trying to get funding? That's done. Like, and just post, do 3 content pillars, and post and repeat yourself. This is something I didn't know. You got to repeat yourself because not everybody reads every day your stuff, right? So it's very easy. Trust me. It's just you just gotta get it done. Like, and some days your posts are gonna suck. Like this morning,
I was gonna do a LinkedIn live, but I just couldn't figure it.
Yeah. Next time, you know, you're gonna figure it out, right? So get busy creating valuable content and be patient, right? You have to continue consistency. So huge issue, you know, is that people don't invest the time building those relationships. Get on a phone call, build relationships. They only build the relationships when they find out that they need them. They go, oh, crap, I need a job. Shit, let me just start making calls. You know, like they don't offer their help enough. Whenever you guys talk to a recruiter, guys, before you hang up the phone call, say, hey, by the way, feel free to go through my network, okay, and let me know if you need any introductions. Even if you're a student, right? When you go into your internship, to the HR people, say, hey, by the way, you know, feel free to go through, peruse my LinkedIn network, and let me know if you need any introductions. This is the Mike Social Engineering formula. Spend some time going through this, guys. It's MICS equals to L plus R to the power of earning. So messaging, right? Create interesting, care for people. Ask them, hey, how are you doing? Like, is there anything I can help you? Are you okay? Like, is everything good? Like, how can I help you? Right? And when you make an open-ended question, people will come back to you and say, actually, I need some help. Actually, I see that you work so-and-so. Actually, I see that you know so-and-so. Right? And this will actually generate leverage. You'll become important in their life Okay, and then the money will come in the form of salary, in the form of new clients, in the form of whatever you want, right? All right, so we've gone into this third secret here, the cream of the crop, phone close technique. This is actually what I really like to do because this will really connect with people and understand them. So how to get LinkedIn contacts on the phone and how to talk to them significantly and increase your chances of getting the job you want. Everybody online, can you guys hear me? Can you guys see the presentation? This is the most important part. Let's see, thumbs up, Garrett, Jimena, Otto, Lorena, Melissa, Carolina. Are you guys there? Do you guys see the videos off? Can you guys see the presentation well? Okay. So I hope you guys can see this conversation. This is the actual zero to hero conversation. This person lives in Berlin, former client, okay? She wants to pivot the industries from an actual university to the hospitality industry. I'm gonna read it out loud because it's hard to see, but this person reaches out, hey, Catalina, let's call her Catalina, hey, Kathy, hope this message finds you well. It's a pity that we didn't get to. So this person actually reached out to Kathy, and this was Kathy's first response. Reached out, hey, Kathy, I hope this message finds you well. I worked on so and so. We didn't get a chance to meet because I left early and you came in then later. What a bummer. Simple initial message. Very simple. Okay. Kathy responded. This is real, guys. Check this out. Kathy responded. Hey, hope this message finds you well. It's a pity that we didn't get to meet at so and so. We got so many people in common. Wanted to reach out to you and see what your experience has been at the Roche. Okay. Sounds familiar, right, Diego? Hey, so-and-so, what a shame indeed. This was Kathy responding. What a shame indeed. We never got to connect before. I'd be happy to tell you more about my experience, even though it's been only 2 weeks. Are you looking into working? So this person's already asking, hey, are you interested into working here? I told my client, we're going to actually plant a seed, build a hook. So she comes back to us and we don't have to ask for her help. And then boom, right away, hey, thanks for your message. Love your energy. That's totally my message. You have to agree with that. To your question, I've been contemplating it. However, I want to make sure that the counter fits first, right? That'd be great. How about Wednesday, 5 p.m.? Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for reaching out. I understand it's very important. Would you have some time on Tuesday instead? And this is a barrage of messages. Here's my email. They sat down. They had a phone conversation. She found a position. She connected the dots. Put her resume on the recruiter's table. Literally, this lady went, printed it out and put it on the table, sat down with the recruiter, then went into interview with the hiring manager, and then she screwed up the second interview. It happens. It happens. No, actually, I think they actually had an internal candidate, so that was the reason why she wasn't selected. You know, she was like 2 people, and then. But this came from nowhere. Like this is literally from spotting the right person, saying, that one. We are literally going to write her a message. So, what happened with you? Was that the case with you?
Yeah. I know at our career fair that they host every semester at Embry-Riddle. This was my, I think, 11th time I was going there. And at the time, I didn't have any experience, never got any interviews or anything like that. And I reached, I did my research on, companies and such. But when I went to Air Sales booth, this was my warm-up company. This was only like the second company.
What's the vocabulary? Warm-up company.
Warm-up company.
What does that mean? So,
That means that you would want to warm up your elevator pitch or, your conversation, like your professional demeanor before you hit the top companies. But when I met AirSale and then I started my elevator pitch and they just interrupted me. It's like, you're an engineer, right? You should meet Ron. So Ron, he turned out to be the hiring manager. He talked to me, and then after meeting with him, the whole script just got thrown out the window. In terms of elevator pitch, nothing. We just talked about planes.
It became a conversation.
Yeah. We just talked about planes, and he said, "I like you. We should meet." And then boom, just like that. In like a week.
Right. So all that we're showing here, guys, that's Soham. Thanks, Soham, for sharing. All we're doing here, guys, is create a funnel, right? If you guys don't know, understand, or don't know what that means, ask, create a funnel to get to that situation where Soham was at, okay? To actually have those conversations, to take the interview, whatever the interview is, into a conversation. One of a business conversation where you're already solving their problems. If you know that somebody is going home late at 7, 8, or 9 p.m., and their wife or significant other is pissed because by the time they show up, they have done all the work at home, they have put the kids to sleep, all the cooking. You want that person's attention? Sit down with them and say, hey, I know you're going home at 8 p.m. Probably your wife is getting mad at you. How can I help? You for sure have that person's attention. That's just a very example, right? This is like an extreme, right? But everybody out there, all the people behind those LinkedIn profiles have problems to be solved. Talk to them to those problems, and then you have leverage. And within that leverage, you build your opportunity. So how to do this? Anticipate, right? When you go into this whole LinkedIn game of creating and picking people and generating conversations and taking them to a phone call, anticipate, right? Make those phone conversations, and then when you are about to get onto a conversation, before hopping on the phone, understand what's going to happen. Right? Think about what's going to happen. You might going to make a phone call, and you have like different options, like the different things that will happen. That person might pick up the phone, the actual person you want to talk to, right? A colleague or front office person. The typical lady is going to say, he's not here. Right? So what are you going to say in that moment? Or probably a call goes to a voicemail. What are you going to say in that voicemail? Right? My name is John, and I'm calling about a job. Guess what? You're not going to get an answer to that. Ever. Right? It's like, hey, John, hi, hey, my name is John. How are you doing? Like, Mr. Ryan, whatever, holiday, right? I was just going to see if we could, chat about, like the problems you're having in so-and-so department. My phone number is 586-226-7379. Again, that's 586-226-7379. Hope you have a good day, okay? Be prepared. And then see the levels of warmth you have with this person, right? You can go from cold to warm, anything in the middle, right? What is that small talk, those items that actually that person is going to appreciate? Never underestimate, right, the value of warmth, guys. There's a lot of people out there in need, literally in emotional need. You showing up and saying, hey, how are you doing? Good morning. How are you feeling today? Might actually lighten up their day, right? So be aware of that. Never hang up with another call schedule. I always say this, never hang up with another call schedule. So if you're meeting somebody, you're not working with them for business or for a job, like, hey, how about this? How about just talk in 2 weeks, same time, same day? Same time, same day works great. People same time, same day, yeah. Before they actually get to think about it, boom, you're already scheduled, the invite is on their calendar. It's harder to take a calendar invite off, okay? And then this is something that a lot of people are not comfortable with, but I do massively, is record yourself. Record the phone calls, guys. Audio is fine. And listen to them. See if you like yourself. Does it sound right? Like, do you sound jittery? Like, does it sound like you're nervous? So, and then last but not least, send thank you notes. Okay?
I usually drink before.
You drink? Perfect.
No, but it's funny you say that because, and when you say warm, I call it relationship building, right? And usually, because I've been in sales so long, is that when I go see a new client and I'm canvassing, I have someone that makes calls for me, I go out there and that helps me do other things during the day, but I'm more productive and I don't have any downtime in phone calls. Because if you have downtime in phone calls, you're dead. So for me, when I meet a new client, I don't go for the sale right away. I have two questions I always ask. And I ask, okay, and I do the research first, right before I go see the person. And I say, okay, so I'm here for two reasons. I want to learn more about your company, and if what your service that you sell works for me personally, I'm going to be your client. Would you like that? Of course, you're going to say yes. And but in the back of their mind, they're saying, person's nuts, doesn't even know me. And he's already asked me that he wants to be my client without even knowing what we do. And I say, then I'm going to show you what we have. And whatever we have, if it serves you personally, you'll become my client, right? Of course he's going to say yes. There's no way he's going to say no. But if I know ahead of time that I'm not going to be a potential client, under my sleeve, I have a client for them. It's all about the give, right? Because inside his mind, saying, man, doesn't know me, just met today, he brought me a client. The client I brought him is another client of mine. But I got 2 new referrals. Because what I just recommended is saying, oh, you'll do this again. He freaking sent me another client. Now I have to find someone for him. That's how I built it. And Hernan is right. And you were talking about businesses. I do that all the time. You have to, I'll go in and if there's nothing else, and I see that he plays golf, I say, oh, where do you play? And they'll think, what do you mean, where do I play? I go, yeah, you play golf, don't you? Oh, yeah, I played there too. Why don't we get together and play some golf? And this will be that small talk, right? Because I don't want there to be a sale. People say, oh, do I have to give you something today? I go, no, put away your checkbook. I want to get to know you because if I'm going to sell you something, I need to know why you need it. I can't just, because for that, I'm just a sales guy. I'm not that guy.
I call that relationships over revenue. Does that ring a bell? Yeah? Anybody? Does that ring a bell? Yeah?
I remember, it's all about giving. When you're giving there, you get all this stuff.
So the Mike's formula is an example here in Rob's case. She created the messaging at the beginning, right? She created the interest. She cared about this lady. Hey, we have people in common, and too bad that we didn't get to meet each other. How are you feeling on the Roche? I just saw you started. It's not about my perception that she started or not. It's like, how is she going to be feeling about starting this company? She might be going through a hard time. She's not telling us. Like, yeah, I've been here for 2 weeks. Sucks. I hate it, and my boss is an asshole. Or my mom just passed away and I'm having a hard time. It's just the fact that you're asking. Right? It's not about us. It's their perception of value. Value is perceived by them. And the beauty is we really don't know what is perceived. So we got to be very open, very sensible to whatever they might seem as value. Some people value is saying, hey, I got your back. For that, crap, like that's already, a big deal. So, and then obviously, this is something, I don't know, you guys know an app called Notion? Anybody? Notion? Okay, so Notion is great because you can actually canvas and you can actually do things your way. We created this module. I'm more than happy to share it with you guys on the internet too, where we keep track of conversations. It's our mini CRM, okay? There's obviously proprietary information there, so we can share that, but it's like the conversations of people with taglines, right? With their position, with the status. It's very important, guys, to track your wins and to make it real. If you don't actually put it in a place where you can see everything, it won't feel like you're making progress and you will burn out. Okay? So recap, be patient, be active, okay? Start and maintain quality conversations with people, guys, right? Where you can actually bring value. You students can actually do this as well, okay? And, give an example, focus on deepening 5 conversations instead of having 15 flailing conversations that are superficial, right? So literally go out today and start 5 conversations, okay, with people and make them challenging. Don't just go to your buddy on LinkedIn and say, hey, let's talk about tennis. Go out there and talk to someone that's more senior than you and say, hey, what are your problems? May I bother you? Like, I would like it. Could you summarize your 3 problems you're having on your day-to-day, right? And see what people answer. You might be surprised. So tying it all together, de-hypnotize yourself, okay, from what you can and cannot do. Do not let anyone tell you. When I was in sophomore year, I made more money than when I was 24, okay? Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook when he was 19. So that should be enough for you guys to not think you cannot do it, okay? And build your network with mics, okay? Create those conversations, make them interesting, care for people genuinely, not fakely, okay? And give a congruent story, right? Be ready to give your story. More than an elevator pitch, like talk about what you stand for. There will be people that don't like it. Then those people are not made for you. Okay? Get them on the phone and ask for help indirectly. Instead of saying, hey, can you help me get a job? You can start by saying, hey, can you tell me what's your experience in your current company? Right? And people say, why is he asking? Why is she asking? Right? He or she is asking because he might want to be part of this company. Okay? And again, don't prejudge opportunities. Just go. Just try consistently. Marry the process and divorce the outcome. Okay? So supporting apprentices, okay, just because we're part of this wonderful community. You guys have my LinkedIn, everybody here. I'll be waiting for your inbox DM messages. Okay, I'm here to help guys. Thank you very much.
Okay, oye, I'm gonna give you a gift, by the way, for you guys being so brave that stayed so long. I'm gonna give you a little gift. Go to payhip.com/apprentice worldwide. Any of our books there, you can get one for free. Okay? Just say, put their gift for us. You guys too, by the way. So we have like 30 different courses there, including financial literacy, networking. So payhip.com/apprentice worldwide. We have over 30 books. And by the way, these are all training materials that we use for our apprentice team. Whenever we have, anybody has a question about a particular item. So grab it, okay? That's for free for now. I might delete the code later on. But for now, gift, the number 4, give from.
For you.
No. Hold on one second. That happens when you have a couple of wine.
He's like, gift for you.
Gift.
Gift
from us. Gift from us. I will find you the code, by the way. I will send you the code. Sorry. That's what happens when I have a couple of wine. Let me give you a few links, okay? So if you don't know what Apprentice Worldwide is, we are a career development organization. Everybody here, there's nobody here that is not wanting to succeed in business and in life. That's our core belief. And we're here to help each other out. We don't charge anything. We don't pay anything. Just so you know, how do we make money? We don't. I and some of the mentors donate of their time and money to do these events. Which reminds me that if you can, so there's a couple of things that I'll share with you. So apprenticeworldwide.com/introduction if you want to learn what we do around the world, okay? The second one is follow us on social media, Linktree, right? It's linktree.ee/apprentice worldwide. We have all our social media. By the way, everything that we do, every single event that we do, we record and we post it on YouTube. It's all free. So you'll see Gonzalo there as well. By the way, so again, I told you that we do everything for free, but we get donations from people. You go to paypal.me/apprentice worldwide, and that gives us enough money to buy a couple of wines when we get together, right? We do some events and activities. So whatever you can donate, that'd be nice. We don't charge for doing any of these. Number 4, right? Get this book. This is the book that I read when I was 19 years old. It's called Dig Your Well Before You Are Thirsty. And this is something that I believe in and that I've used in my life. And it's not about me today. It's about Gonzalo and what he's sharing. But I'll share later on my story and how I became a vice president at 26 years old of one of the major banks. So Union Planners. And then I was hired by First Union, now Wells Fargo. And I ran the trade business for Wells Fargo social trade business at 28 years old. So not far from what Gonzalo said. And there was no internet, no LinkedIn at that time. Right? So Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty. Great book. If you want to be part of our community, you can transfer from being part of our community to become a team member. Later on with time, we get to interview, talk to people. But for now, go to apprenticeworldwide.com/community. You join our mighty network. Everything that we share, Gonzalo shares. Everything gets shared there. Number 6, another book. The Speed of Trust. The Speed of Trust. The guy that runs, so the son of Franklin Covey's founder, Stephen Covey, he wrote this book called The Speed of Trust. There's no coincidence. every single major executive on a corporation that is there, the majority of them was an apprentice to somebody else, right? They learned from a mentor. So, this was a basis for what we do here at Apprentice Worldwide. It goes to show you that when you surround yourself with good people, you're going to get ahead. So build that community, okay? And then if you want to know who is an Apprentice Worldwide, very easy, apprentice.cc. We have 600 profiles of our team members. Go ahead, go crazy, okay? We have them by industry, we have them by city, right? Connect with them in LinkedIn. They are all members of Apprentice Worldwide that are there. You find people from Africa, from Asia, from all over Latin America that are members of Apprentice Worldwide. And then to become a member of Apprentice Worldwide, just later on you message me and I'll tell you what you need to do. Not that complicated, not that complicated. Guys, any questions? Any questions?
Thank you for having us.
Okay, for the people over here, we're gonna go have dinner. Where? At Gijón. Downstairs. For the people online, I will send you the code in a little bit. Okay, I will post it here on the chat, and if not, I'll put it on my LinkedIn. Just don't tell people, and I'll put it on my LinkedIn for you guys. Okay.
One last item, Hernan. One last item. So, okay, guys. So from everybody that is already a LinkedIn member of me, out of the people online and everybody else, only Garrett has reached out. Garrett, who's here, and reached out, okay, on LinkedIn. Okay, so do it as soon as you want and can, but get it done. All right, because then if not, you'll forget. And then one last thing, since we're recommending books today, and a lot of people here have actually gone through this one, I heavily recommend, if you want to de-hypnotize yourself, Secret One, and potentiate your self-image, right? Read this book right here. This is what I call the $10,000 book, okay? Once you read it, you'll understand why. Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, okay? See you guys all on the other LinkedIn side.
By the way, I got the code. Gift from us. All caps. Gift from us. I got it. Okay, guys. God bless. We'll talk later for our global interns. This is the first out of 8 of these. Okay? So you'll get to meet Gonzalo and some of the other guys. The rest of the talks are going to be about how to handle your money, how to have executive presence, all the fun things that you need to get ahead. By the time you're done with us, you're going to be like this guy. Actually, Arthur's here. He did our program last year. Arthur, want to share about what you did after you did your global internship?
Hello, guys. When I started with Hernan, in 1 month I found an internship. It was a great opportunity. It was actually, he connected me to CEO, and I was building a mobile app. I'm a sophomore. I don't know nothing about it, and such a big project. I got to learn a lot. I did fail it, not gonna lie, but through fail you learn. And the next month I actually found my second internship, also as apprentice for a while, and it was great. I learned much more than I do in university. I put into practice what you read in the books, and it was great experience. And right now I found my third internship, and I'm about to start. So it's in duration of 1 year, like 3 internships. Where can you find that? That's great opportunity. Keep up with Hernan, keep up with Gonzalo. Gonzalo is great. He helped me out to build resume, to build my career strategy, and it helped me to land my third internship. So the guys are great, and keep up with them. Follow them on LinkedIn, and good luck to you guys.
Okay. Guys, take care. Behave.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Bye,
Have
guys.
a wonderful night.
Bye.